Filmmaker Magazine presents Back to One with Peter Rinaldi.
Hello, welcome to Back to One. This is Peter Rinaldi. This is a very special and perhaps very strange episode of Back to One because I am going to go to each and every location of the strike picket lines that are happening in New York City. I am going to do this in one continuous take. I am approaching, as you can hear, the picket line of the site number 4. This is Rockefeller Center area. And I'm going to see this gentleman, this nice looking gentleman right here. Hopefully he can talk to me for a second. Are you the strike captain, sir?
Yes, wonderful.
This is a podcast called Back to One, where I talk to actors about acting. This is my first time at the picket line here. It's very loud. This is amazing.
I'm going to bring somebody over to you.
You're calling somebody over here. Okay. Hi. I do a podcast called Back to One. I'm actually recording it at the moment. I didn't realize it was going to be this loud. I guess I should have expected that because this is a picket line.
Exactly. So sorry.
No, it's all good. Tell me, what exactly is the atmosphere like today this morning? Can you talk about that? Because it's a little rainy.
As you can hear,
there's a lot of people already.
It's very energetic. It's loud. Our resolve is strong. Even in the rain, we show up 24/7.
Yeah.
Excuse me, one second. I just want to sign those folks.
Absolutely. She's leaving me now, but let me just describe the scene here. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, maybe. There we go. There are a large number of folks here, even though it's raining. They're walking the picket line right in front of the FAO Schwartz display here. Steps away from the NBC Studios entrance. The horns are, of course, signs of solidarity. I'm feeling very solidarity-like right now myself. I'm going to go over here to the entrance here because I have a little special gift that I want to give the proceedings here. I bought a box of protein bars. It's my small way of, I don't know, trying to support these folks here.
We have to win this fight.
We have to win this fight.
Actors and writers unite. We have to win this fight. Actors and writers unite. We have to win this fight. Actors and writers unite.
It's a little emotional to hear this and see these people,
We have to win this
working
fight.
people
Actors and writers unite.
out here just
We have to win this fight.
trying to fight for the very, very minimal things that are necessary. Would you guys like a box of protein bars?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Donate to the folks. Can I take a sticker or something? A support sticker? Yeah.
If you'd like to do a guest check-in, you can, and we'll give you a t-shirt.
I'll say that again?
If you want to do the guest check-in, just scan your phone with the QR
Oh,
code and we'll
okay.
give you a t-shirt.
Now, at another location, I'm doing this one continuous take. I don't think I have enough hands for that right now. Thanks a lot. What's your name? Stephanie. Thank you so much for talking to me.
What do we want?
Off we go. Yeah.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Contract. When do we want
That's my
Oh,
podcast.
perfect. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Okay, off we go to the next location. So let's just see if we're going to to follow right down this line. Get you a little audio of this.
Contracts! When do we want them? Now! What do we want? Contracts! When do we want them? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! 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 What do we want? Contracts! When do we want them? Now! What do we want? Contracts! When do we want them? If we don't get it,
I'm sure there's people out there in America that are thinking, these people make a lot of money. What are they complaining about? They're big stars. They're big paychecks, big fame, and it's such a small percentage of this working unit. It's I'm on my bicycle right now, so I'm approaching 6th Avenue. My wheels are very squeaky. It's a rainy day, so obviously the wheels are going to be a little more squeaky than normal. We're going to location number 3 now. When I started this podcast, it was never meant to be a situation where I wanted to talk to, celebrities. It's wonderful to be able to talk to some of these actors that we grew up caring a lot about. The Hollywood stars, I guess. But the real intention of this podcast was to talk to the working actor, and that's what I call when there are true working actors on the show. I call them the bullseye guests. The bullseye guest, because that's the guests that I'm most interested in. I'm most interested in the working actor. So, just walking that line just now, I was on the verge of tears because these are people that are putting it on the line all the time, using their own emotions, their own bodies to make the stuff that we love better. And they're constantly, even in good times, and you've heard this on the show, they're constantly worried about the next job. So their life is constantly filled with anxiety, and yet they're still in the game, still in the mix. And then when something like this happens, we're talking about people with families, I think about like the person that like made a move to to LA or something with his family recently, because the show that they were doing has got a little guest star role, a recurring role, upends the whole family for this, and now the strike happens, and it's not like the demands are frivolous. Take a look at the list of what this union is asking for. If you really read through it, it's really, really embarrassing how minimal it is, and how embarrassing for for the opposition to not be providing this. So as you can hear, we're approaching site number 3. This is in front of what they call Paramount Plus. It is the CBS building here. For some reason, it's a little sunnier down the road here. It feels like it's not going to rain anymore. About the same amount of folks at this location. So we're right in Times Square now. So you're hearing the horns of solidarity. Let's slide over here and see if we might be able to talk to somebody. Working actor, strike captain, someone. Say there's about 30 people here. One person leading the way on the bullhorn. These are people of all races, of all ages, some elderly people. Gets me Are you guys members of the union?
Yes.
I'm recording a podcast right now. Just I'm going to all 4 locations in one continuous take on my bicycle that's probably getting stolen right now. I left it over there.
You might not want to leave that out in Times Square.
I've only been here for 30 years in the city.
Yeah. So far,
I should know that. No, I've had about 10 bikes stolen. What brings you out today?
Well, what specifically brings me out is that I'm on the negotiating committee and I'm a strike captain. I have been since the strike began. So I come out and try to help out, facilitate whatever he needs, from where to find a bathroom, just so we can keep people out here. In terms of the bigger issues, it's just becoming harder and harder and harder for actors to have a life, a sustainable life. It's never been, brunch. It's not been easy, ever, but it's just getting harder and harder and harder. And, the company's had a really successful business model. They seem to have figured out how to fuck it up. And they're, instead of they themselves taking a cut in pay, they're going after us. They're going after workers as they will. So we're going to be out here until we can get this sorted out, until we can get a fair contract. We're not trying to break anybody. We're just trying to keep ourselves above water.
And when you really look at the demands, it's embarrassingly few. It's embarrassingly minimal that what is demanded. It's kind of like, you know, in terms of like, for instance, the residuals have gone for so many years without residuals from these streaming costs.
Yeah. I mean, you say it's embarrassingly small, but I think when you're negotiating opposite sociopaths, as we are, I think one of the sort of elements of sociopathy is that a lack of an ability to be embarrassed.
Yes, exactly. Is there any one of the demands that you can start to see as a leeway, something that you can offer to these psychopaths as something that to get the kind of negotiations back going?
I guess I don't really understand what you're saying. If what you're asking is there something that we're willing to just give up that's significant?
Well, I guess have a little leeway on.
Well, we have leeway. We're in the middle of a negotiation. They just decided they didn't want to.
Right.
We don't necessarily expect that we're going to get a 2% streaming residual out of these people who've never offered that up. But that's where we've started.
Or the 11% increase.
Their position against that 2% streaming residual is just no.
Yeah,
We're not opening that up at all.
They don't even know how to negotiate, I guess.
Not particularly. I mean, one of the things, you may find this hard to believe, but one of the simple things that we asked for was when they are late paying us, which they are chronically late paying us. By the way, my agent says he spends 40 to 60% of his week chasing wages that have not been paid on time.
That's insane.
So we have in place, according to the contract, a $10 a day fee for late payment. So if they're a month late, it costs them $300. What we've said is, fuck's sake, can you give us $30 a day? Maybe that would inspire you guys to pay. And their response in writing was to reject that proposal because they said that won't inspire us to pay on time. That won't solve the problem. Well, I mean, that's literally their position. There's no point in that proposal because we won't pay you on time even for that. So that's who we're dealing with.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't be in more support.
Thank you.
Okay, and there's my card if you need anything. That's the podcast you're on right now. What's your name?
Michael Gaston.
All the best to you.
All right, thanks, Peter. I appreciate it.
All the best to everybody here. Yep. All right, off we go. Hopefully my bike is still here. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is. So the very first time I got one of my bikes stolen was 1992. I left it in front of a tree. I ran into a grocery store. I was 18 years old. I thought, oh, well, a thief won't be coming by right now while I'm in the store. I mean, what are the odds of that? Of course, that was, the odds were very good because my bike was stolen. We're off to location number 4 now, which is the Amazon Warner Brothers location. Nice gentleman, just talking to, very informed, good to see. I guess what I was pushing on here about areas of negotiation, I guess I'm secretly harboring a place where I think the union has to let up a little bit, and that is in the AI department. Now it's very scary. AI is very scary, but the idea of not allowing, for instance, them to use extras to scan their bodies. I mean, this is really scary when you think about it. Like, we don't even know enough about this technology. And they're already like making so many plans for us. that include our likenesses, and they want to use it forever. Now, if you remember in the episode, by the way, we're on oh, wow, that's a bus, and we're on 41st Street, and he didn't like I was going a little too slow. So we're heading down 7th Avenue now. If you remember the episode with Mark Duplass, I talked to Mark about, now this was weeks before the strike. We were talking about AI, and I was saying that one of the great benefits of AI to the independent filmmaker is the idea of being able to use AI extras, kind of artificially created people, and and of course sets. We do that now, obviously, with a green screen, but I was mentioning it as a way of helping the independent filmmaker with an incredible hurdle that we have, which is the idea of creating a space that feels like it's real for little money. And I saw the benefits of this technology helping independent filmmakers. But what I'm embarrassed about is that I wasn't even thinking about how somebody would probably have to be scanned to use this technology, and then I would basically be using those that person's likeness. Like, so I'm saying even I wasn't really taking into account the idea that this is somebody's person. This is a person. Now, honestly, I wasn't imagining that I myself would scan someone and then use that footage without paying them. What I was imagining was having the ability to create fake people, totally fake. And the thing is, by the way, we're turning right now on, I don't know why I'm saying we. Well, you're with me. So we're turning on 234th Street. We're heading right now we're between 7th Avenue and 8th Avenue. Heading to location 4. Sorry, location 2. Actually, I think it's location 1. I don't know. I told you this episode was going to be awkward. Lots of weird moments. And loud, very loud cars. I think it's actually quite incredible how many noises around the city of New York. Getting back to what I was talking about, I think that whether we like it or not, the idea of an extra is going to be gone. The idea of a human being used in the background, having to pay and feed that person, and having to make them hopefully do what you want them to do, is going to be gone. So I think that that's whether we like it or not. In other words, even if we fight for this, fight for the idea of, no, you can't just scan me and use it forever. Even if we win that battle, very soon they're going to come up with a way where they don't have to scan somebody. It doesn't have to be done. you will never know that you might think something looks like you if you were an extra, but it's not. It will be completely artificial. And so I think just to get a kind of a something to give in on, I think that would be good to give in on now. Now I'm saying this as somebody who up until this year only made money as an actor, as an extra. I've been an extra in a lot of things. Now does it sound like I'm throwing a whole section of the union under the bus here? I guess I am, but this is just facing facts about technology, facts about the way things are advancing. It's not something that we can really control. And so there's a lot of jobs have ended, that people have done before, and they're gone. And I think this is one of them that's going to end whether we like it or not. That's all I'm saying. And it's a difficult thing to talk about. I would like to maybe debate this with somebody, or to see if there is a reason to keep holding on to this. Now, of course, I am not in any way saying that someone shouldn't get paid if they are scanned. They absolutely should get paid if their image is used. Okay, so we are approaching what I thought was, this is 33rd Street. How come we're not hearing them? Oh, there they are. Yes, this is 10th Avenue and 33rd Street, out in front of Amazon. I mean, do you realize how much money Amazon has, and they're not budging on this? Lots of people, probably double the amount of people at this location than at the first two. I'm going to say 60 people here, roughly. Let's get a little sound of this. Some of the signs read, let's see, one steals the spotlight, the other steals the paycheck. Yes. Pay or play. How you doing? My name is Peter. I record a podcast called Back to One. I'm doing a very strange episode where I'm going to each and every one of the picket lines today in one continuous take. It's already been really awkward when I was on my bike and almost fell. So here I am at the third location. And it's just as, if not more loud than the other two, just so you know. I don't know if that means anything to you.
Love it.
What's your name? Are you the captain here?
I am not the captain here. But
okay, we don't need the captain. We want you.
No,
you're the captain now.
I understand. Not the best person to talk to.
Oh, I think you are. Are you in the union?
I am. But
What? Then you're. You can't talk. You can't talk on tape. Oh. All right. Wait. I have to tell the listeners. He just gave me the what do we call that? The slice across the neck.
with all due respect.
With all.
Not me.
Okay.
But you should talk to that guy in the white.
Yes. I'm gonna have him come over here. He's in the mode. He's in the mode. You're making a very strong presence on that line, so I'm sorry to pull you off.
Oh, good. I'm on the straight captain.
You are the captain. Wait, can you come over here for one quick second?
Let me just double check. Let me just let them know.
Okay.
I'll be over here.
Yeah. The guy who I initiated as the captain now yielded to the captain, and he is asking if he could talk.
A few minutes. We just want to wait till.
I'll go. I don't have a few minutes. I got to get to the other place. Otherwise, these people that are listening are going to turn on to like a Pod Save America or some other piece of shit podcast. So I got to keep moving. But thank you. Listen,
You're welcome.
I couldn't be in more solidarity with you folks.
Absolutely.
I love it here. Bring it. Bring the pain to these people that are stealing the paycheck. All the best to you. Okay.
Keeping the spirit and the fight going. Thank
Yes.
you.
Awesome. All right, off we go. We're going to our final location. You've been so good listening so far. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? There's some kind of very strange hierarchy thing or something. I don't know why they. At all three locations, there was this strange kind of worry at my recording, I guess, and who was talking. People were calling over other people all the time. I mean, maybe they just want to keep a unified sense of messaging. I don't know. Okay, we're heading now to the final location. One of the things that they're asking for, as we were talking to that nice gentleman at the second location, is residuals. I mean, the idea of going this long without any residuals on streaming is absolutely insane. And so, like, again, very minimal requests, minimal demand. I just got it, like, my uncle was an actor. He died nearly 30 years ago, so 28 years ago. I inherited his residuals. I still get checks. I got a $75 check for Rockford Files. He did not appear on Rockford Files. He did the legendary beginning answering machine recordings on 2 episodes. So his voice is the only thing that's heard on 2 episodes. He died 30 years ago. And when it goes to a new market, I still get a check. That's a good union. That person's, like, when you think about it, you might think, like, wow, that's insane. Well, that artist is still being appreciated. The work of this artist is being seen. Every time it's being seen, the person should get paid because they're the artist that created the piece. So, I mean, it seems insane that this could go on this long for actors to not have this. And for, you would figure that these companies would be like, well, you know, obviously this can't go on forever because they're going to get wise to this and eventually demand this. There's no way that they could honestly be thinking that this is something that these chickens would never come home to roost. I mean, it's just insane. So right now we're on 8th Avenue and 30th Street. This is the only, this final location is the only location I haven't staked out yet. It is the Netflix headquarters and Warner Brothers. I think it is technically site number 2 in the listing. Right now we're on 29th Street and 8th Avenue. Rain has subsided. I'm gonna let you hear a little bit of the city sounds for a second. Well, as I was saying, when I picked up those protein bars that I wanted to donate, I got a little emotional thinking about coming here to these picket sites and thinking about the working actor that picked up and moved his family. Finally, after many, many years of paying dues in this industry, finally seeing a situation of possible, sustainable income. And this happens, which is not the fault of the union, which is not the fault of actors. It's an avoidable bad situation. A situation that, I don't know who is hopeful about it ending soon. I would like to hear some of that. Sometimes, I'm not sure if that's helpful to hear. 25th Street and 7th Avenue. This was always going to be the longest trip from that location to this next location, this final location. Luckily, the rain is staying away. You're still staying with me somehow. Sorry, buddy. Almost hit someone. It's all good. The idea of artificial intelligence not only interfering with the actor's work, but with the writer's work, is something that needs to be really, really researched. Because there's going to be a lot of, as I was saying before, there's going to be a lot of situations where there are things that are unavoidable that are going to be happening, taking people's jobs. It's not. It's just a matter of time about when that part happens. And so I think that it was really good to hear Fran Drescher saying that what she's going to be doing now is really, really studying this stuff so that when they do go back to the table, they're going to have the knowledge necessary to make the right decisions on this stuff. Some of the people that I think about during the strike that I worry about are people like Eric Lang, who's forget what episode he is. This is why I should edit so I could find that episode number. But it was in 1990. 1990? Wow. 2018 or 19. He's the the ultimate character actor, and his he spent a lot of time trying to make a dent in the industry, always working here and there. But over the last year, with Perry Mason and the cherry flavor and other things like that, I was just watching him is really, really catching on, and that's the kind of person I think about in this strike. Just the journeyman, the craftsperson. You know, Fifth Avenue. We're going to Broadway, and we're making a turn on 22nd Street right now. There's the wonderful sound of a pile driver. How can it get more New York? There is a slight drizzle in the air. I'm sure this is what is stopping a lot more actors from coming out to the line. I have a feeling that this one out here is going to be the most crowded, because it is the most south, the southernmost, if you will. You know, a lot of actors live in Brooklyn. Why do they live in Brooklyn? Well, because Manhattan is a museum for rich people, and most actors aren't rich. And that's why. You think that they're coming down from Fifth Avenue? You're wrong, mister. We are hearing the sounds of the line. Let's see. Follow the sounds. Follow the sounds. 888 Broadway. Thought I heard the sounds. So the farmers market, for some reason, is happening, even though it's Monday. That's weird. Right? Well, I should have staked this out, because I don't know where this location is. What a terrible end to this video. I am now in Union Square West, not finding. Oh, 862. I see 862. That means it's up the street. It must be on one of these side streets. Again, slight drizzle, getting the recorder wet. Not good. Not good. Please don't turn on Joe Rogan right now. This is or whatever you other podcast. I don't listen to podcasts, so I don't know what people listen to. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe I have failed. I cannot find the line. This incredible endeavor is coming to. Wait, what? Wait. Yes! There is the line. Wait. Yes. Yes! Pulled from the jaws of failure. And it is, in fact, the largest line yet. I'm going to say 100 people, maybe more. F. Murray Abraham. F. Murray Abraham just passed by. You heard me correctly. How you doing there? How you doing? How you doing, Susan? Susan Sarandon.
We are the union. We are the union. Mighty, mighty union. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. So we tell them we are the union. Mighty, mighty
I think some of these people should go to the other locations. Lots of people here. People just walking in single file. Very, very emotional for me. I don't know why. Well, if you're like me, and you're a non-actor and you listen to this podcast, you're an actor lover, or you've become one, and it couldn't be more important in this moment. So I'm going to get at the front of this line, and I'm going to take a Polaroid picture, and that is going to be the picture that is on the cover of this podcast, okay? So look at the image. Just have to scramble to get my...
Look at that camera.
Somebody just said, look at that camera, because Polaroid nice. Everyone see, these are artists, folks. They love the I love it. I think I messed up that shot. Well, whatever it is, it's going to be it. Very quiet now. The guy with the bullhorn, I guess, is taking a break. So we're going to try and talk to somebody here, and then we're going to close up the podcast here. Excuse me. Are you a member of the union?
Yes, I am.
I'm doing a podcast right now called Back to One.
Okay.
I've gone to every one of the 4 locations in one continuous take.
Okay.
And I've talked to somebody at every location. You're the last one.
All right.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Clarissa Thibeaux.
Okay, tell me something. I think we need to end on hope.
All right.
So are you hopeful about this?
I'm absolutely hopeful. I mean, the last time that the WGA and SAG struck at the same time, we got residual paychecks, which was a huge win, and has sustained, or in the past has sustained people that make this an actual career. And now we've just, with streaming and the new way that people watch television and movies, we've been completely cut out of the profits for these big companies, and it's not fair. We are the creatives. We are the ones who are creating, writing, making everyone's favorite characters and shows that they binge and love and watch over and over again. And the amount of views of those shows should be represented in our paychecks. It's ridiculous that we're not being paid enough. And the thing is, I've been lucky enough to be a series regular and a recurring guest star and a guest star on a couple different shows. And at one point, I was being paid $1,000 an episode. before taxes. And how is that a career? A recurring, that was a recurring guest star, and that's one step below a series regular. It's not enough to pay for anything, but we're bound to those shows.
Yeah.
And you make those shows what they are. It's just,
And then
it's
somebody
been
tells
completely
you,
skewed.
oh, you're the lucky one because you have a job.
Of
You're
course.
the lucky one.
This is
Yeah.
the thing, is I am lucky, but how many times do I have to get lucky to survive? I mean, I don't. This is the thing, is I got lucky. That should be enough.
That's right. That's right. So I'm hearing hope from you because
Yes.
there's solidarity here. We're seeing it everywhere. We're hearing it.
Yes, and the amount of support from just the general community is awe-inspiring. It's been making my heart swell. I think ultimately, no matter how it goes down, we're gonna be a success because we've stood together and we're united.
I want to end on that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Here's my card.
Okay, yes.
Listen to Back to One.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
Awesome, awesome. A good way to end. Signing off from the location number 2 of the New York Strike Centers. Radio Man is here. He just arrived. You know what that means? This is a happening. This is a movement. And this is a revolution, and it's about darn time. This is Peter Rinaldi, signing off.
Back to One is a production of Filmmaker Magazine, which is a publication of The Gotham, formerly IFP. Listen to back episodes of this podcast at filmmakermagazine.com or wherever you get your podcasts.